Hello everybody, bienvenido a todo. Welcome to my channel, Bad Brut, where I am usually playing TSW, Train Sim World, and today is no different. We're in one of the latest UK, I think the latest UK route just came out, which is Fife Circle. So it's the Edinburgh to Glasgow route that we're familiar with, but then all of this, well, that goes as far as Lithgow, and then it actually, the main route is this big circular piece here, which is on the other side of the Forth rail bridge, which crosses the Forth of Firth here. So we are going to, I assume you've seen the 117, lots of other videos and all of this and all of that. So I'm going to take I'm going to do a free roam with the HST, Scotrail HST, and we're going to go to wherever this station is called. I've forgotten it, the name of it. Oh, I could probably go to here and see it. There we go. Markinch. Is that it? Am I spelling it right? Markinch, yeah. And I think we're going to go by the south bit of the circle rather than the north. The north is quite nice and it does have some nice rolling fields, but I think the views from the south are better. So we won't stop in anywhere. Let me just check where we might stop. Kirkcaldy we'll stop at, and we'll stop at Edinburgh Gateway. Yep, and the rest we'll just shoot through. Actually, no, we won't because it's free roam. It doesn't really matter. I'll just go slow. Right. So which way do I want to be? I want to be on this side of the station. I want to put my train in over here. So I'm just gonna like spawn the train in free roam, and I'm going to use a livery by a user called Spike, who just uploaded this like this week, this livery. But I had a Scotrail HST livery before, but it was sort of downloaded from as a mod because it was before the HST livery designer was available. So this is the one I'm using now. I'll put this map in, and yeah, I think it's, you just look up the user Spike, or if you look up HST weathered, it'll probably come up. Right. Filters, diesel. I need to use the filters now because there's just too much. Confirm. And it is the, I think it's HST GWG liveries. Yeah, it's Inter 743140. And it is, this is the one that's by Spike. Yeah, there we go. So it's got a little bit of weathering, you see around the edges. And yeah, this is like the Scotrail livery. And so we will go, I think it's 4 carriages long. So we're going to take this to Markinch. Well, we'll pretend we go to Aberdeen. Oh, that bad pace sound goes right through me. There's a mod to get rid of it, but I'm like, oh, I feel bad getting rid of it. AWS, so we done on, yeah. Or was it already on? No, I turned it on. Oh no, it's not turning on because the thing isn't on. There we go. Right. Doors open. And we shall set our path. So, set path. We get to Markinch. I need to remember what side is normal in the UK because I'm like this side, right? Yeah, confirm. And then I need to check to make sure it's keeping me on the right side of the track. No. I need to be on. I'd see it's just trying to constantly send me over here, but I'm like, no, there's no point. I'm here. Just keep me here. Right, so now let's check. Yes, it keeps me on that side all the way. Right side, right side. Just want to make sure I don't have to add any more go via points. because I've noticed in a few. I noticed when I did this the other way from what is it called, Markinch to Edinburgh. Once I got across the Forth Bridge, it basically switched me onto the opposite track, and so I was facing like a permanent red because there's just too many services. So sometimes you have to check those add those go via points to make sure you stay on the right side of the track. Right, let's down. I'm going to keep the camera here because I don't want to try. I'm trying to drown out the bagpipes with a nice sound. A nice sound of a diesel engine chugging away. And once the engine, the brakes are down now, so I'll close the doors and we shall begin. We've got the signals are for us at the moment. Well, while we're here, I'll just have a look around the station, see if there's any 801s parked up. There is. There's an 801 right there. So this is where the only place you'll see the 801s on this route. They sort of pop in here and leave again. And that's about it. Is that one coming in? Very slowly? Yes, it is. Oh, there we go. I'll start the train. Yes, so that one's coming in, and then I guess it'll leave, and some other one will leave, and then you see the... is it 387 or 385? 385, I think. That's from the Edinburgh-Glasgow. God, that... It's louder inside the cab than it is, like, outside. So yeah, so you've got your 170, your diesel, multiple units that are the train that come with the route. So that's what you'll drive on the route normally. And then you've got your is it 385? Is it 385 or is it 387? 385, isn't it? It is 385. 385, yeah, there we go. And these will run the route out to Linlithgow, so they'll just come out here and back and back and back and back again, and that's it. That's all there is with the route. There isn't any sort of like special services or anything like that. I think River Games, who made this route, have said that they will. Look at the reverb in the tunnel. It's really loud. It didn't. That's new, I think, because it didn't used to be like this. Wait, there we go. Oh, look at that! Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. Nice livery. Idle it. So yeah, they've said that they will add in some like Class 66 freight services and some. And a rail tour maybe with a steam engine, and a diesel maybe. They also said they're adding a branch line eventually at some point in the future, which I think it's this one, goes off out here. It's currently not open in real life. It's like in the process of being reopened as we speak. But they're saying once it's reopened in real life, they'll add it in. And there's a Class 158 DLC coming. So loud! I love it though. I'll keep quiet while we're in the tunnel. So we're not going to stop at Haymarket, so I can power on through for the most part. I don't mind it. I don't mind all this reverb in the tunnel, I'll be honest. I think it's cool. But it's quite jarring to go from like nothing to sound. Especially in the 170, because the 170 has a very well insulated cab. I don't think you can probably hear me over the sound of this noise, but I don't mind. It's like being in a real train. Not long now. 35? Yeah, 35. Come on! There we go. A reasonable sound level again. If you didn't hear anything I was saying, I was just saying I quite like that reverb in the tunnel. It's quite nice. It's jarring though, because it just suddenly clicks on, and most of the... I don't think most of the routes have it that boomy, and I certainly don't think the Edinburgh-Glasgow has it like that, but then that train's a lot quieter anyway. So yeah, anyway, we're clear of Edinburgh Haymarket. We are going to pass up here, and then this is where the Forth Bridge is, this big straight line. And yeah, it's like I was saying, River are going to add in, have said that they will add in some rail services, non-Scotrail services, and there's a 158, it might be a 159 DLC coming. Either way, it's the train that's already on Midland Main Line, that's just basically either that version but for Scotrail, or it's the 159, which I think is 3 carriages, as opposed to the 158, I think. So that will add services to this route when it releases, but that's obviously a paid DLC. And I don't think there's anything else. There's no plans for this HST to come officially, because they'd have to rebuild the carriages and everything, because they've got different doors and different interiors. The cab's probably a bit different. So for now, you'll just have to use the HST in free roam or build a scenario. But like you saw how I did it, it's super easy to just spawn a train in the timetable. I might have some mod. I think I've got a mod that makes this cab dirtier than it normally is, because I've got a Great Western Express mod that adds in some, that changes HST a little bit. I think it might change the interior lighting as well a bit. Nothing too drastic, and I think I've got like some INI mods that will improve the draw distance. I'm not using God mode or anything like that though, because it's too much for faff. Right, we'll go up to 3 now. Notch 3. Bring us up to 80-ish, or 75. And I'm aware that some of the speed limit across the bridge, the Forth Rail Bridge, is 50. But it's worth it. It's good because you slow down for it, basically. So now we are leaving. That's where Edinburgh-Glasgow line goes, and we are turning off to head north. So we're pretending we're our Aberdeen service. Lovely train, lovely train. In real life, these trains, I don't know if Scotrail still use them. I think they do, for now. But I've seen, like, some of them have been sold to Mexico and some have been sold to Nigeria, so seeing them in their like new homes abroad is quite interesting, because they've been like extensively renovated like recently, most of them. So I guess it makes sense to sell them where they can be used. I think Nigeria just built like a railway line that's in standard gauge, and Mexico is trying to revitalize its railways, and these are pretty much standalone trains, so they don't require any, like, it's not like an electric train where you might have to adjust the engines to different voltages or change the pantographs or anything like that. This is straight up, all you need to do is make sure it's got any compatible signalling equipment added in. Maybe add some steps or platforms to the doors to make sure that that you can get onto them from low platforms or whatever that they sometimes have in other countries. This is Edinburgh Gateway. Where the tram goes. That's the tram depot. Here we go. So look, it looks like we've left. We're out in the, I think the airport is here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the runway or anything. Well, you can see the tower. So that's Edinburgh Airport. And so now we're in the countryside, heading towards the Firth of Forth. Forth of Firth. Oh, I can't do it. The River Forth in Firth. I always get it the wrong way around. Is it the Forth of Firth or the Firth of Forth? Forth of Firth. About the fourth. It's the fourth rail bridge, I know that, and there's two fourth road bridges. There's the 1960s or 70s one, which is like a suspension bridge, and then there's a new suspension bridge that was just built about 10 years ago. Less than that, I think, actually. I think it only opened like two years ago. I think the old one is now mostly for public transport, just not for lorries, because it was like there were too much traffic using it. I don't know if it's a toll road though, this new bridge. Look, we're going to, okay, right now we need to slow down a bit now. So we're heading down to 50. So first we'll get to 80, and then we'll saunter down to 50. There we go, 80. Oof. Right, we might need to notch up the brakes as when I down. Oh no, we're not now. Yeah. But I think we still might need to notch up the brakes to get to 50 in time. But that's no big deal. So this is the little stretch that links up with the line to Glasgow. Right, I'll release the brakes and just let us drift down to 50. So the other side of this station, yeah, there we go. Give the people a warning to stand back. Because they never do. They never stand behind the yellow line, the people. Not many people on this platform. And there it is. There is the fourth rail bridge. So here we are on a HST, crossing the fourth. And there's the road bridges. It's the original 70s one, and then the one you can just barely see the piers for in the background is the new one. And this is the original rail bridge. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, so we come out across this very traditional bridge, and then we enter the huge structure that creates these wide openings for ships to pass under. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. I'm gonna have to take a photo. It's too good not to take a photo. Oh, the problem is it's just so big you can't get the whole bridge in. It's like I want to get the whole bridge in, but I can't. Oh, I'm gonna have to zoom in a bit. I turned the dynamic weather off because I knew it would probably piss it down and rain and ruin the views, so I've kept it on. But I've got some haze in the background now. Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's glorious, glorious. I've travelled across this bridge, but like not seen it from the front or the back of the train because I was on a 170 diesel multiple unit actually. So I only saw it from the windows. But this like effect you get of the braces creating this sort of corridor, it's beautiful. Really, really nice. No, I don't want any depth of field. Right, I do need to figure out what I want to do though here. It's one of those ones where like unless you're painting this bridge, you're never going to see it from this view, like a train from this view. But I do kind of want all that depth of all of those braces. But I also want a little bit of depth of field. No, it's not going to give it me if I'm looking at it like this. I'm going to have to turn down the exposure, aren't I? Because it's I don't want it too low. Oh well, I'll fix it in the in Photoshop. Or go to the back of the train. That'll probably have a nicer view because the sun is coming from where up there. So the back of the train is probably quite nicely illuminated in comparison to the front. And that way I get more of that corridor effect because I can see it from the whole way down. Okay, no, I'm going to have to let it go for a little bit. Oh, it's so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. I mean, the genius of this bridge is just like these huge... I don't even know what shape this is. Like almost like a diamond shape. And these huge braces. And then these little bridges that sort of link the three big sort of structures. It's just stunning. Like really, really like... There aren't many bridges like this in the world, especially not in bright red. I think there's one in Canada, in Montreal, or that uses the same basic principle of like these big sort of like diamondy braced structures, then linked by little bridges. It'd be nice if more bridges were like this. I mean, look at that, look at all that. But I assume it's like madness to try and maintain it. No, it's not looking very good from here. Does this make it go faster, the camera? No. Well, I suppose you could be a maintenance worker standing here. Okay, right. No, I don't want the depth of field to be 2. Right. I'm going to turn the exposure down a little bit of the saturation. The vignette doesn't seem to do anything anymore. It used to, but not anymore. No, I'll leave the brightness as is. Well, let's enjoy the remainder of the bridge crossing. Oh, gorgeous. So yeah, I do highly recommend visiting North Queensferry. It's a very cute little town down here. And it looks pretty much like this. It's really small. You have to walk down a really steep hill to get there. And this little hotel has nice food. And very nice staff. I think it's literally called the Queensferry Hotel, or something like that. So yeah, when you get off, so once you pass it, the station for North Queensferry is like right here. When you're on the platform, you can actually see right onto the bridge. So we're on the platform going back towards Edinburgh or Glasgow, and you stand here, you can see onto the bridge. It's cool. I almost feel like because they probably were just testing this with the Class 170, which has a very well insulated cabin, they didn't realise how loud the reverb and everything in those tunnels is. Because it feels like, literally like my ears, like... Oh no, I should have braked for 40. Oh well. May as well stay at 40 if we're going to be hitting 40 for a bunch of stations and turns and stuff. Oh, no, I've overdone it. So that's the big dramatic bit. Like, I wish I could say the rest of the route is as amazing as that. And it is actually a really pretty scenic route, but it's not quite all crossing the Forth on a huge, beautiful bridge. But it's a lot like this, lots of greenery, lots of quite a few tunnels. And then at some point you start driving along the coast again. The 170. He doesn't have all of this sound in his cab. His is really well insulated. This is what the HST drivers actually are. Oh, damn it. Actually hearing. I feel sorry for them. The platforms on this route are actually, I'm surprised at how long they are. It's like, there's no double car 170 formations. They're all 3-car. So you don't get like 6-car services or anything like that. I'll increase the thing throttle now for 50, and we'll go to 75. And I think it'll drop down to 40 for this turn. And I think it gets slower again over here. But look, we've already come all the way from Edinburgh. Up, and around here, so we're about not quite halfway there yet, but nearly. I don't know what this number that keeps showing up whenever I change the view is. Oh, it's not doing it now. Sometimes there's like a flash of an orange number. I don't know if it's because I've got a mod installed that does something. I can live with it, but can't live with this annoying reflection though, eh? What's it reflecting? It's reflecting like the top of this, I think. Oh, it's stopped now. The sun's not on me. No, it's so hazy. Like I set like a clear day, and I'm on custom weather, so it's not dynamic. I didn't set any fog or mist, but it's like almost like it's so rare for it to be so sunny in Scotland that it's like, well, it would be misty because all of the aqua, the water from the ground would be condensating. You get a mist. I don't think so. Not at this time of day. And I think when I went, it had obviously been raining, but it was sunny. It wasn't raining when we were there. Oh no, I think it started raining as we left. But that was like 10 years ago now. Yeah, maybe 9. But yeah, like I said, thoroughly recommend going to see Queen's Ferry and the Forth Rail Bridge. I think the visitor centre for the bridge, like the little museum, is on the other side, on the south side, but we didn't go to that. Invercargill, maybe. Check. Map. No, Dalmeny. Oh yeah, Inverkeithing is there. And Dalmeny must be, yeah. Because on the north side there's like the hotel and some little buildings that are like, or like a little village, where the ferry used to be before they built the bridge. But there isn't like a museum or anything, so that's on the south side, I think. But from North Queensferry, you're literally on the ground, like at sea level, and looking up at it is just it's hard to put into words because it really does. It's a stunning structure, and because you've got the other bridges now as well, which are also huge. It's pretty stunning. There's 170. Okay. Alright, down to 50 quickly. It's a much easier route to drive in the 170 because that has the my day running lights up. Yeah, I did. It's got much more. It's much better aligned for the route with like its braking is much quicker and it accelerate. Well, actually, its acceleration isn't that good. I'll be honest. But it's a diesel multiple unit, and but it does have a 100 mile an hour top speed. And that's as fast as you can get on this line. I think 100 is the top speed. So the HST ain't gonna get you any quicker. Certainly because I'm not stopping any stations. That this is less than 50 minutes. I think 50 minutes is the how long this would take in a 170 with the with all the stops. I mean, I'm not going to be much faster than that anyway. I'm still going to be about 45 minutes, judging by the. Right, now we can get up to 65. The train runs into this bridge. It does. I was in a steam train. I was trying to take taking an 4F, I think, and it wouldn't go. And as I was standing there, I could see that bridge cut through the roof. I guess it does to the 170 as well. I doubt it's got a smaller profile than this. Quite a few of the bridges on here look quite low. I mean, obviously that one is unrealistic to real life because trains don't run into it. Though I don't think I mean the 170 is like has the Electrostar Turbostar body, the Bombardier standard body, which is like all over the southern network and all over, well, the whole rail network actually, because it gets everywhere, those two. So I don't think this line has a specific loading gauge restriction. That's probably just a modelling error. But it's particularly striking when you're in a steam train because you see it cut through the roof of your train. Probably not something they'll be able to fix post-release, so it is what it is. The other line that came out, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is the London Overground line. But that's a much harder line to do anything with. Like, everyone will have already streamed and made videos of oh, going down to 40 for this curve, as I thought. See that orange flash of a number. So there's not much you can do. There isn't just going to be a back to front of that route. I thought this might be a bit different from what other people have done with like putting a HST on the line and whereas with the overground route, I might just do a normal overground service because I don't really feel like doing any of the rail tours or anything. I did do a freight service the other day, but I wasn't really enjoying the 66 on that route. Didn't seem to bring anything. I mean, the 66 is 10 a penny now. It's on every bloody route except this one. Weirdly, even though there is a 66 DLC for Edinburgh-Glasgow, it's not on this route. Might be one of the things that's added in. Seemed like they just, when they were in, they were like, oh, you can use the free roam and scenario plan. It's like, yeah, but it's not the same as the timetable mode, because in timetable mode all the other trains are already there. And just having one freight service that you put on yourself and nothing else, it's not the same. It's nice to have the game tell you need to start from here and go here. This is your objective, because you're doing a freight run for certain things. It's that sort of element of immersion. So here we are back on the coast again, riding along. Oh look at our HST riding along. It's a very scenic route, very beautiful. in real life and in the game. I think I have a mod installed that makes the signals look a bit different as well, just in case you're thinking, my signals don't look like that. But I'm not sure if I like it. Apparently makes it more realistic, but it seems to make the reds less red, which I don't like, because I keep looking at it and thinking, is that yellow? Oh god, we're coming down to 30 now. Okay, yeah, I need to slow down a lot for that. Bear in mind, I've got this thing in the top right telling me all the speeds, but like if you're a driver on this route, you would need to remember all of this. Like there are signs, but the signs are either advanced, telling you a speed restriction is coming, but not all speed changes have that. Most of the time, you'll just see the actual sign of the speed change, and you will need to have side braking before you get to that point, because that's the point where the speed you need to be at 30, for example. So you can't have been like, oh, I see the 30 sign from here, I'm going to start braking if you're at 65, because it ain't going to work unless you want to throw your passengers out. So yeah, that's all of the... And these two signs are for, I believe, 20 if you're a local hauled, and 30 if you're a multiple unit. And this is technically a multiple unit. 2 engines rather than 1. 2 very weak engines rather than 1 very big, powerful engine. But I don't think if you took a loco on here, it would actually update the speeds to reflect that. Go around the corner. I did see there's a mod out for this that like changes foliage and changes textures for the thing, but I didn't want to do it yet because I was a bit like, it's a bit early. I don't think it looks that bad in terms of its actual look. The things that are annoying is this, oh my god, the people falling off the platforms is prolific on London Overground. And like you can imagine, they've made it busy as well, so there's lots of people. So, and for some reason they just walk out the wrong doors. They just walk out if there's a train ahead of you on the platform, stopped at say Leighton Midland or Leighton High Road, I think it's called, or Harringay Green Lanes. You suddenly just see these passengers walking out the side of the train onto the tracks as you're coming in. Very silly. Look at this. It's a bit like West Cornwall in a way, but actually with a lot more, because you've got the Edinburgh side of things, there's a lot more going on. But you don't see that many trains. Like, I mean, bear in mind this is what, midday, so it's not the busiest time. It's not like what am I trying to say? It's not like it's not like rush hour. It's not like there's lots of trains coming back and forth, taking people to work and bringing them home again. This is very much midday, so it wouldn't be the busiest part of the timetable, but it's not the most busy line. Like, if you want to see other trains constantly, then you're better off with like quite a few other routes. It's not bad for a UK route. I actually think Edinburgh-Glasgow you see more trains on that, but that's because you're on an electric route which is faster, and so you're seeing trains come at you more often. Whereas here you do get some of that coming in from some of the electric trains coming in from Glasgow, but you're only seeing the occasional 170 once you cross the bridge. I mean, it would be much better once they get the once they add any other services in. If it's got some freight services or some rail tours, when whatever the 158 or 159 DLC comes out, that might add in a little bit more. I'm assuming that when they add in the this branch line, that will add a few 170 services as well. Nearly there. We've got to go around this corner and then up to here. You can also do. You can when I created this, if I had started here and I had gone here, I'm gonna start, and then I had set my end destination to here, it will automatically route you all the way around the circle because there is a link to go around here. So you can do the actual Fife Circle very easily in free roam by setting the path for it. But that would it takes a long time. Like I did it in a steam train. So again, it was struggling on some of the hills and it was slow because it was the 4F and I couldn't get the Scotsman to work without like in free roam. But it didn't have any pizzazz, you know. Took like an hour and a half. It wasn't fun because by the end I was like, I think I had to save halfway through because I was like, I can't do this in one sitting. So I didn't want to do that. I think with this you get a good feel for the route, and with the HST you get like because I think the HST did or would have run this route in the past from Edinburgh up to Aberdeen maybe. And Inverness, maybe. But I'm not sure. So I don't know if those services would go from Edinburgh or they would go from Glasgow and then come up here. But I guess there would be a link. Yeah, I guess. I guess they'd use this bridge and this route. I could just look it up, but I'm not. I'm not doing two things at once. Hard enough, like, being filmed and talking. You know, it's voluntarily something that I do, so I shouldn't complain about it. I'll get up to 80, but I think that's only for a bit. I think when we get to here, we have to drop down to cross some of the tracks or something. Bloody thing. 5 miles. That will be there in no time. Yeah, so the London Overground route is good if you like back to forth routes. This one is good if you like having a sort of chunk of track to play with. Like, I actually think it's more fun to use it in free roam mode because you can make full use of the route and do some interesting things. Whereas the timetable is a bit. I think there's just two main. I mean, well, you can do. It gives you the option to do the 385 services from here to here, but most of them are from Haymarket to there, so they're not worth doing. And otherwise, it's 170 that starts from, and leaves from here on the north side of the circle, and then into Edinburgh Waverley, or a 170 service which goes to what the route we're running now. Here. Forgotten it already, but usually they're going somewhere beyond the map, and then back again. So that's like, yeah. I don't think there's any services that in the game at the moment that use this stretch of track. But again, you can use free roam mode. Easy. Easy peasy. Oh. One nice picture of the HST in there. No, I don't. Nothing's going to beat the one on the foot bridge, so. Come on, up to 80. 2 miles. We can do this. There's a why keep blowing the horn so much, but I'm just like, yeah. So yeah, that's the little chord you take if you're going to do the circle. I think it's only a 20-mile-an-hour limit, so it's slow. And I don't think it's used by any services that like. I don't think any services do the circle in real life. Maybe they do, but I don't think so. Miles away. .7 miles, nearly there. We've got a 60, then an 80. Drop down to 60. We're on a hill, so I'll let it. Hopefully, it'll just fall by itself without me having to brake. These brakes aren't the fastest reacting ones. Mind you, in quite even some new trains they aren't. Like the 170 just isn't exactly like boom boom with its brakes or anything. Sometimes there's like a little delay, and the 710 on London Overground as well. It's nothing special. Yeah, there we go, nearly there. 60 for this turn, and then back up to 80. But I'm not going to go back to 80 because we're going to be stopping. Like now we're really in the countryside. Who would have thought we'd crossed like a huge river and we'd come from a bustling metropolis? It is nice to be able to use the HST on a route like this though, because it doesn't get up to super fast speed, like it's not 125 miles an hour or anything, but it does. But it does sort of stretch its legs a bit in the mid-range. And like you know that trying to get to 125 in this thing takes ages. So having the option to just like top out about 90 or 100, you actually feel like you get a bit of more quick use out of its speed. Come on. And because the platforms are long, you can use the shortened HST sets with it. Right, we are arriving. That concludes our journey. I think I will make a London Overground video after this. But like I said, I think this is a good route to own if you want to play around with free roam and scenario planner. Oh no. It's probably, if you don't have the 385 or the 801, maybe it'll be a bit empty and boring with just the 170 services, but I do think it's a relatively good route. I'd say probably it's Rivet's best UK route so far, in terms of how it's built. There aren't a huge amount of obvious bugs or obvious problems with it. That bridge is the main one where you cut into it with a train, or the passengers falling off, but that's not really a Rivet thing. That's all TSW routes, except the German routes seemingly. Oh well, apart from Rapid Transit, that used to have that problem consistently. And Mark Inch or Mark Innis in Gaelic. And so yeah, with that I'll end it there, and I might come back to this if I can find some other interesting trains to put on the route. I wouldn't mind creating like an old Scotrail Intercity regional type thing with the orange Glasgow. No, that was Glasgow passenger. That wouldn't be here. Oh, maybe it would be a bit. But yeah, we'll see, because it's got the electric wires now, so it's not going to look. You can't really do a proper vintage route when you've got all the signage and everything in Scotrail Modern. But yeah, we'll see. I might do like a rail tour with a steam engine on the north side. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching, and enjoy. Like, if you've got any questions about this route, just let me know in the comments, and check out my other videos, because there's quite a few of them. I don't post that often now, because usually I wait till there's a route that really interests me, and like some of the recent German routes and Austrian routes haven't really been clicking with me. But like a British route like this, bang. And the overground route, yeah, I think because it's short enough, I can make an easy short video. It should be alright. But with that, I would bid you adieu, hasta luego, and see you next time. Adios.